I noticed something terrible. The wildfire suddenly changed direction and raced straight for the village. I immediately told the villagers to evacuate, but they ignored me. They preferred to wet their houses rather than leave. When the fire drew closer, they finally panicked and started to run. But by then, the main road was blocked by flames. As the fire chief, I knew time was short, but there was only one rescue helicopter. I had to get the women and children on first. The rest had to cross the forest and seek shelter by the river 4 kilometers away. But the vehicle was too heavy. The helicopter didn't have enough lift to carry it. We had to cut 500 kilograms of weight. There was no choice. Mothers tearfully said goodbye to their children. After the pilot gave everything he had, the helicopter finally lifted off. Thick smoke turned day into night. My teammates tried to calm everyone, but one of the ropes suddenly snapped. The vehicle shook violently. The children were terrified. We were so close to the destination, but the pilot couldn't ignore the danger. He quickly found a clearing. He prepared to load the children onto the chopper. My teammate jumped out to untie the ropes and pushed the children toward the helicopter. When the pilot tried to lift off again, the helicopter refused to climb. No matter how hard he tried, it wouldn't budge. They had to lose more weight. Teammate threw out everything that wasn't nailed down. He even tossed his favorite guitar. Shockingly, the helicopter still couldn't take off. With no other option, my teammate told the pilot to pour out 5 tons of fuel from the tank, because they still have spare fuel tanks.
Empty the left tank! I'll get the right!
Then my teammate used a fire extinguisher to put out a nearby blaze, just to buy them more time. Then they all boarded the helicopter, but it only hovered 2 meters off the ground. It still needed to get lighter. He took off his shoes. He even stripped off his clothes, but it made no difference. The flames were closing in on the fuel. He made a huge decision. He told the children to close their eyes and said, "When I count to 3, a miracle will happen."
1, 2, 3!
And a miracle did happen. The helicopter began to rise, but when the children opened their eyes, he was gone. He had jumped from the helicopter to save more lives. Standing in the light of the flames, he showed no fear of death. Then the fierce fire around him was like a pack of wild beasts, devoured everything in its path, including him. Meanwhile, I led the villagers in an emergency retreat toward the river 10 kilometers away. Along the way, the villagers watched their homes vanish in the fire and could not hold back their grief. We had no choice. We kept walking toward the river. Not long after, we were trapped. Fortunately, we were only 100 meters from the river. I made a desperate decision. I tied a rope to mark the path and went alone to find an exit, and then fire the flare, so everyone could follow the line to safety. I broke through the flames, marked the route, and ran without stopping. The journey was clearly full of danger. The fires in the forest were fierce. One wrong step and I would be crushed by burning trees. Luckily, I wasn't badly injured. I stood up and kept searching for a way out. But ahead, I saw an even bigger wall of fire. Even so, I didn't flinch. I pulled my hood tight, gripped my axe, and chopped a path through the flames. Thanks to my effort, I finally saw the river, but the choking smoke made it hard to breathe. I couldn't waste time. I fired a flare, but unfortunately it was a dud. The small spark of hope died instantly. I collapsed to the ground, helpless.